I think we also have some analysts joining in, so let me quickly bring them in the conversation. Bharat Gianani is joining in from Angel Broking. Bharat, looks like a beat on the PAT and on the margin front. What's your first take?
Yeah, looks to be a bit on the operating side because the revenues is pretty much in line with our estimates. So yeah, clearly as against an expectation of about 12% margins, the company has reported 14.3% margins, which is clearly a bit as far as the operating performance is concerned. So yeah, pretty much ahead of the estimates, the number seems to be, and that too purely on the operating side.
We've also got Grasim numbers in the meantime. I just want to point that out. Right now at 105, that's absolutely, that's slightly above estimates on the profit for Grasim. For the total income, we're expecting about an 11% increase for Grasim because the BSF business expected to pick up this time around. We'll wait by a little more and get more details on Grasim. But sticking to Mahindra and Mahindra, Bharat, what is your expectation from here onwards? I mean, they've maintained margin at about 14, almost 14.5%. Does this look sustainable as we go forward, and are you expecting the basic business, the top line itself, to start moving higher?
If we see the top line in at least from next year, we are expecting the top line to pick up. Primary reason for that is the tractor segment, which is under slowdown in the current fiscal. We'll definitely see an improvement from the second half of this year. So definitely the revenues on the tractor side are expected to pick up. And another thing is that they will be launching new vehicles in the automotive segment, that is the EV space. So earlier they did not have the petrol variants in the utility vehicle segment, which led to a substantial loss of market share in the EV space over the last 2 to 3 years. So given the new launches in the automotive side and the expectations of the tractor industry recovery from the second half will definitely boost the top line going ahead.
Okay, Bharat, my question to you, this is Varinder. There were very few people on the street who expected margins to be, at nearly 14.3%. Do you think, this may warrant any upgrade from the street, considering the stock is trading at that 52-week high today?
If this kind of margin levels are sustainable, we'll have to definitely, if this kind of margin sustains, we have to understand from the management. But then, given the top line growth which is expected, and given that if this kind of margins tend to sustain, then possibly, there will be upgrades on the stock going ahead.
Rohan, what is your first take on the results?
Yeah, the results have been quite strong. So my margin expectation was nearly 13%, and it's come higher than that. So I do believe that it's a good set of numbers. We'll need to check whether there's any one-time.
No, there is no one-time. I can see the numbers. I think that is only because of the material cost. Which has moved down by nearly 7-8%. That has led to margin expansion.
Yeah, even the basically. Material cost is definitely one issue, but I think if it is sustainable, the margins, then it's going to be without any further disclosures coming in, then it will be a good set of numbers, I guess.
But Rohan, if you could just break that down for us in terms of automotive and farm equipment. Do you expect the farm equipment business stress to start now waning? What we've seen, the company struggle in the tractor business. Do you expect that to start improving as well?
Tractor business should be better from the third quarter onwards. If I look at the base purely, then until October, the tractor sales base is pretty high, after which we started seeing sales come off. So one part is the base will be very low November onwards. The second part is whether we'll be seeing an actual recovery coming in demand, which depends upon how the Kharif crop is monetized. For that, we'll need to wait for a couple of months more. But I do expect that the decline will be arrested in right from November. Whether the growth rate will be in low single digits or whether we actually see a recovery in tractor cycle, that we need to wait and watch.
How do you value the stock right now? And I know you'll be working your numbers again now that we've got a pretty decent beat on margin. But at a 52-week high, how much would you give it more?
Well, it's cost my target price, so I'll need to work on my target price before I give out any fresh number.
What are the other elements you'll be watching it very closely now? Since the numbers are out, stock at 52-week high, margins at healthy 14.3%. the tractors division, the new SUV launches and everything. What are the key 2-3 important points to keep in mind for the investor going ahead for M&M?
Yeah, as I said on tractors, just what I said, that if there's actually going to be a recovery, then that will be a big positive for M&M going forward. And on the automotive side, they have a few new launches lined up. So the G2 and the TUV, which have been displayed, and we should be seeing the volumes from these products come into M&M's numbers now. A good response over there will be an added positive.
Interestingly, there's some profit booking underway on the stock right now. Suddenly, it's almost about 2% higher. At the peak, it touched a gain of almost 2.4, 2.5%, but a little bit of profit booking that seems to be underway. We've got two good numbers so far. I mean, M&M is one of them, and the other one, even Grasim, from the initial flashes that we saw.